This is only the second time I've been able to get out with my new SoloShot3 Plus. Somewhere between a lot of bad weather and a whole bunch of people buying wing bags, I've been stuck in the shop more than I thought. And it turns out today was great for shooting video, and we got 3 flights in. Because of some of the comments I've been getting on my previous videos, I think we need to get a few things straightened out here. I know we'd all love a robotic cameraman that follows the plane perfectly every time we went out. Between the speed and agility of our model airplanes, the reality suggests that we're going to have less of a follow rate than we want. The plane we're following today is a Flex Innovation Cessna 172 G2. I think this Cessna is a good subject for video because it's a good sized airplane and has a very wide flight envelope. The video here of the SoloShot working out is shot by me on an iPhone, and it's really the first time I watched the SoloShot do its job. When I see some of the gyrations this camera goes through trying to keep up with the Cessna, I think we can better understand some of the problems SoloShot's going to have getting this to work as good as they can. SoloShot says they continue to work on the flight tracking performance and will provide updates as they go. The pilot today is Bud Strader, longtime member of the RC Wingers Club in Mooresville, North Carolina. Bud reminded me this morning that he's bought 7 airplanes from me over the years. And yes, this Cessna was one of them. Some people think that I hate Flex Innovations airplanes because they keep selling them. The problem is that I like them too much and I always want to get more of them. And to that point, there's a brand new Cap 232 G2 sitting in my shop now getting ready for the maiden flight. This is the first flight of the day, and for a little while I thought it might be the last flight also. Now I know that Bud knows not to do this, but here he goes and just bullseyes flying through the sun. Over the years, I've noticed that all of the versions of the SoloShot track perfectly when you do something dumb. In this case, it stayed up with the plane and showed that Bud managed to fly out of this without wrecking anything. I still have the SoloShot3 Plus set up in a very basic configuration. I wanted to get some video like this, and then we can start tweaking it to see if we can make improvements. And this right here is typical of how the SoloShot can get faked out. Bud did crank it around a little bit, but not nearly as bad as it can happen with like a 3D plane. Keep in mind that Bud has no idea what's going on with the SoloShot, he's just flying around. Now the Cessna 172 from Flex Innovations is kind of fast for a Cessna, but in terms of the speed range in the RC flight world, it's middle of the road. I've gone through this video several times and can see that while the plane does disappear sometimes, it's not gone as long as it used to be. And that makes me hopeful that future software updates will tighten up that tracking a little bit more and more. The latest update I'm aware of was meant to tighten up the focusing a little bit. And we can see in this video that there's some work that needs to be done there yet. The SoloShot has always tracked planes on landing very well. Of course, then it tracked even better because Bud screws up, bounces the plane, and has to go around. Or maybe he just wanted to go past the sun again while it was still down there. Here the SoloShot loses focus, although the plane's not doing anything that you think would make that happen. But then it grabs focus again and follows the plane in for another landing. I think Bud might be showing off just a little bit right here. No big bounces, and it didn't run off the end of the field. You got this handled, Bud. So stay tuned. I have to get that cap maiden soon, so that's a good enough excuse to try the SoloShot3 Plus again. Oh, jeez, there, Ray. There's rumors that this guy lives in the woods next to our field.